Captain's Log, Stardate 7/8/2024. My name is Danjavan, and on the screen here we have Bridge Worf, the next Gauntlet exclusive, who will be dropping, if Tilting Point is accurate to their in-game communication, at server push time tomorrow, generally somewhere between noon and 2 o'clock Eastern U.S. time. We'll have that in the game Tuesday 7/9, and we'll be able to start competing with our 3 streaks and our Gauntlet reward crates as soon as that happens. So anybody who missed out on Omediclan, condolences to you. We'll be taking a look at Bridge Worf's stats and where he compares. It's not looking great, but at least for Gauntlet use, he may have some applications. So we'll jump back to him in a moment. After we talk a little bit about the in-game lineup that we have, we've got our new month-long objective event for Holiday Vosh. Now showing in the game here, let's jump in there and take a look. It's called Resort Fling. It's our new objective event, and this is actually a really interesting lineup we have. So in the past we've criticized Wicked Realm, Tilting Point for not quite giving us exactly what we need to solve these objective events, and this is one of the absolute home runs. If you are playing to minimax, this week is going to be your absolute favorite week in a very long time. Because not only do we have a new objective event which can be solved by efficiently by other in-game mechanics that are happening right now, but also we have one of our favorite objective events, the Critical Chronotons, where those of us who like to compete in galaxies or at least get a few stars on those reward crew can farm up some away team missions, and then following that we've got the skirmish event. We can farm up some items from ship missions. So this entire week is starting out looking great, but let's dig into the surface a little bit and let's see. I want to take a look at the Resort Fling objective event and see exactly what we need to do. So this is not out of the ordinary, where we have our typical 50 shuttle missions for the Federation. We'll get around to that in a second. Level up a crew from Star Trek TNG. It's a large number of crew in the game, but also Holiday Vosh, of course, counts as usual. We have complete 50 ship battles with the 1701D. This ship has been given to us a number of times in past objective events. If you don't have it, you'll be able to earn that from just completing those shuttle missions, and you're going to be completing them hopefully in the next couple of days if you have the merits. And then leveling Holiday Vosh and fusing her, of which you get your first copy from the store. I think she'll be live. She's not live just yet, but she will be as soon as the, server drop tomorrow, so we'll look forward to that. But I mentioned something about those Federation shuttles. Let's take a look in the game right now and see what's going on here. And here we go, Federation Faction Winner Bonus. So those of us who aligned our Galaxy Supply missions for the Federation not only get to get the normal rewards of all of our chronotons and credits and all the other goodies that we get, but in addition, now we get to pretty much instantly solve the objective event, especially for newer players that don't have all 4 shuttle bays unlocked. If you have the ability to buy any transmissions at all with merits that you have saved up, now's the time to do it, to run these shuttles. Whether or not you're tanked doesn't matter. You still get 30 minutes off of those shuttle runs, so a 3-hour shuttle is still going to only take you 2.5 hours. It'll get you there that much faster. Was it like 17.5% faster? So whatever. Just grind those shuttles in. And so for those of you who have kept Federation tanked, meaning all the way down to the easiest level, or maybe even never even really begun the Federation shuttles, you're going to be lucked out. You can actually run the tank shuttle strategy we talked about in a prior Captain's Log. You can check out our channel history for that. And if you do, within the course of maybe about 15-20 minutes, maybe less if you're lucky, you can complete the entire objective event by getting all, 200 shuttles that we need to do? It's 50, and then 200 shuttles, and you can get another nice gold copy of Holiday Vosh in your roster. So yeah, by the end of the week, you'll have all of your shuttles done. Your finger may fall off. It may not be much fun. Running tank shuttles is a chore. But you know what? It's better than checking in every 3 hours for the next 2 weeks while your shuttles slow roll in to solve that one. So, talking about this here, complete 50 ship battles using the 1701D. So do what I do. Whenever we know that this is coming up, change your ship immediately. Alright, goodbye Serene Squall. We loved having you maxed out at 10 of 10 because of the in-game issues we talked about. But now what we're going to do is we're going to go to our shipyard. It's a 4-star ship, so we're going to go here and just search for it. Let's equip it and forget it. So now every time we run, starting when the event goes live tomorrow, every time we run that ship battle, we're going to start getting credit towards that. So over the course of the week, maybe if you're running ad warps, you're going to get some credit. Maybe you're running a few during critical chronotons. I'm not sure why you'd want to run ship battles during that, because here's in the event hub, Fire in the Sky, the skirmish event happening this Thursday. So if you could just wait, if you can hold off and wait to get your copy of Holiday Vash for just 2 days, then you can start the skirmish event, and every single battle that you run to earn intel from the skirmish event is going to get you credit towards the objective event here. So again, we've knocked out by the end of this week the shuttle missions using the faction winner bonus. We've knocked out the ship battles using the skirmish event as a great excuse to do that. So what's left here? Leveling up a crew, leveling up Holiday Vash. I think everybody listening to this cast, everybody that is keeping an eye on exactly what's going on in the game, is going to have this entire objective event finished in about 3 days. So world record time. So is the prize worth it? Well, check out the cast that we did on Holiday Vash. I think she's still tier 6. She's really not a lot to really get too excited about. However, it's a free 4 to 5 gold card. You could do far worse, especially for early to mid-game players. For those of us who keep a Vash around to solve nodes, I've got Expedition Vash on tap currently in my roster. Holiday Vash, his traits may actually replace the Expedition Vash, so I could finally freeze that blue card and get a nice gold card hanging around with some, some side use, maybe and shuttles and other things that she can actually do a little bit better than a blue would. So that's exciting to me. I'm looking forward to that. So again, just everything lines up, and don't miss it. If you're if you're taking a break from the game, maybe you want to jump back in, play for a couple of days, play for an afternoon, knock all this stuff out. Don't miss it. We don't have any news yet, so this is one thing that the developers seem to be a little bit late on pushing information and crew into the games. Typically, by tomorrow, though, we should have information on the next event. We should have information on the next objective event, so we can plan ahead for that. So we'll cover that when it happens. But now, let's jump back here, and I want to show you a little bit more about Bridge Worf. So let's go and look at him in the big book. So, the astute among you may have noticed we've got a Sec-Eng command crew on our hands here. Sec-Eng. Okay, well this sounds familiar. I want to see a little bit more about that. I'm going to click into Gauntlet here. It's showing his 8th overall ranking in Gauntlet, despite being a tier 2. Alright, so here's Bridge Worf. Wow, 59 Eng-Sec gauntlets that he hits on. But I want to check something out. What was that again? Sec-Eng, right? Uh-oh, hold on. So he's a Sec-Eng crew replacing a Sec-Eng crew in a month where we're earning a Sec-Eng crew from our continuum missions. Come on. This is shameful. This crew is so far below the power level needed. Like, let's take a look here. Let me get rid of this filter for a second, and let's look at the peers here for Bridge Worf. So he edges out the missable power ransom just slightly, but behind 3-year-old crew Baylock, original game crew Locutus of Borg, another 3-year-old crew, almost 4 years old, the Red Angel. It's just, why is he down so low? I hoped and prayed before this gets released that he gets some sort of power level bump. But from what we're seeing on paper here, the only thing that he really has going for him is this massive amount of Eng-Sec Gauntlet number 1s, with 59 here to show. It's just a tremendous amount, and let's compare him to Omediclon. So Omediclon's specialty is the med-sec, and that all is due to the trait alignments. There's so many more Klingon gauntlets. I think Bridge Worf is glomping onto a lot of the original gauntlets that favored Kahless the Unforgettable. I almost forgot his name. So Bridge Worf is going to get some extra benefit and drive him further into the grave. But yeah, I mean, I'm not excited. I was excited about Omediclon. I grinded hard to earn my copy of him, and I'm not sure about Bridge Worf, apart from him being a persona. That's one thing that frequently we don't really get a whole lot of is personas that we can really use in other areas of the game. So I mean, there's not going to be Baylock events or Omediclon events. These tend to be some secondary characters that we really get. So I'm excited a little bit at the prospect of a next generation crew and a Worf crew that we can use in Worf events, but with this power level, I mean, what's he going to do for us? Maybe for a Voyage event, but even then, let's take a look at those Voyage stats here. Let me get back to his page. He's debuting at Voyager number 562. What is his equipment here? He's going to get the Sword of Kahless, so that's going to give him a sec boost, which is nice. It's something. So But he doesn't get the shroud. He wouldn't need it. He doesn't have dip. But all the rest of these equipment are just the standard equipment. He's going to get some of these blues here. This is one good tip though. I'm going to highlight these purple equipment here. So notice something about these. These cost significantly less than the standard gold equipment. So here's your 6 standard gold equipment that you're going to see with every legendary crew that has 3 skills on it. But then these are the ones that are all trait specific. And so in the case of, if you have to make a choice, if you're equipping for, let's say, the Voyage event, or just to stuff the Gauntlet with a real powerful crew, take a note here that the purple equipments cost only 3 qubits of each type. So in this case, it'd be 3 of the security databases and training programs. So this gives you a proficiency boost of 100 to 150. And take note, the legendary here is only slightly more, 90 to 180. So it's kind of a good prospect if you're looking to cheap out and save your qubits and really equip up a number of characters, to just go with the purples here. So in that case, I do actually kind of see some equipment benefit for Bridge Worf here, in that we get through the cheap and very effective Sword of Kahless on him, and then these 3 purples, and actually load him out pretty well. I'm sorry, hold on, the command. Oh, he does have command. Yeah, he can do that. He can absolutely do that. So yeah, Bridge Worf is an efficient equipable. I don't know if he's top flight, but that should get him through some continuum nodes for you. But the problem is getting all 4 copies. If you want to do that, that means you first have to earn him, so that's RNG locked. And then after you've earned him, you've got to either spend sites or just keep grinding to get more chances at those begolds to pour more copies of him. So talking equipment might be a little bit premature for this, especially for a crew that, when maxed out, doesn't have much benefit unless you make further investment into him. I just don't like my crew that way. I like them to be independently strong. I don't want to have to, spend every single week. And in those case of those purples that only last 3 days, twice a week, just to keep them topped off. This may be the direction that the developers may want this to go, is to have us continually spending and investing in the crew that we already own. But there's so many other great crew in the game. Let's take a look at a Metaclon again, that just, you can send him in and he'll just wreck gauntlets without anything else needed. It's just not doing it for me. So let's take one final look at the other things that make Bridge Worf a tier 2 crew. So in this case, he's got a collection rating of 63. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 collections, 4 of them stat boosting. New challenger approaches, you get your first proficiency roll boost, and then the rest are all gold sites, so that's pretty nice. But then 9 traits here, but among them Federation and Starfleet, the rest usable. So reasonable collection upside there. And then let's take a look at the ship battle here. What did they copy paste this week on the ship battle? 15,000 to crit bonus at 8 seconds. No limits, no triggers, which is nice, but just a substandard crit bonus for what we've been seeing lately. This is middle of the road here, so he's just going to be shoved in the middle of the pack with all these other crew. Let's search for that. I want to see what he's copy pasted from. Alright, Bridge Worf, 8 seconds. I think we found our winner, Vallejo Beta 5 Lon. Just a few tweaked crit rating and crit bonus numbers, but otherwise exactly right down the middle. And yeah, showing that in the rating, just neck and neck with Ubiquitous Borg Queen and Vallejo Beta 5 Lon. So yeah, I mean, if they've done the math once, why do it again? So they're just going to borrow from themselves. So, whatever, it's efficiency. We're a bunch of mini-maxers, so game recognized game. All the same, I'm glad we got to talk about him a little bit. I'll still be playing Gauntlet. I'd like to get my copies of him. It's cool-ass art. I mean, what more can you say about that? I don't want to be caught staring down the barrel of Bridge Worf's phaser. Thanks for joining me today. That's about all I got for you. Tomorrow we'll have a whole lot more news on the next event, the next objective event, and whatever crew they bring. So until then, live long and prosper.